10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, I'm not gonna lie. 10 out of 10. Rented the speakers. Boom, boom, thought everything was good. I'm like, something's missing. Like, everything is connected, but I can't hear the music. Realized that the guy at Guitar Center did not give me the cord that plugs in the speaker to the power. What's up, YouTube? What's up, vlog world? What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Djaybré. Before we get into the video, as you can see, we're doing a mukbang. I need you to comment, leave a nice comment for me, subscribe, and like this video. I really appreciate it. All right, so we got some pizza. We finna do a mukbang. We got some pizza from Cuts and Slices Pizzeria. Cuts and Slices. Now, if you don't know Cuts and Slices, I've been wanting to go to this place for the longest. Cuts and Slices. You know, I've seen it. I've seen people go, and I said, you know what? Let me just pull up there. So let's check out the pizza. And I'm gonna just I got 3 slices. You know, if you know me. If you know me, you know that I don't eat much. You know, I have a small appetite. So let's see how much I eat today. But the flavors that I got are, check this out. Check this out. Check this out. Ooh. So it looks the same, but they're different. I got sweet chili oxtail. That's one flavor. Sweet chili oxtail. And then the other flavor, I got jerk chicken. I got jerk chicken. So we about to get into it. And I also on this this other slice, this is the chopped cheese. You know, I'm a true New Yorker, so I had to get the chopped cheese too. So 3 slices altogether. Let's see if I finish them all. You know, I got a small appetite. So chopped cheese, jerk chicken, oxtail, sweet chili oxtail. Oh, can't forget, listen, cannot forget the bevs. I love water. Water is like the best beverage ever. So I had to get my, you know, I don't want y'all coming for me. I got my bevs right here. So for this mukbang, we're gonna talk about the best and my worst gigs, DJ gigs, my favorite and my least favorite, and we're gonna get into a little bit of the stories behind it. But I think we should get through the worst first, and then we'll go to the best, which I think that might be best. So this is the sweet chili oxtail. Ten out of 10. 10 out of 10, I'm not gonna lie. 10 out of 10. I don't know if I'm gonna finish the slice first, or let me just take I think for the sake of the video, I'm gonna take a bite of each. But check them out. Check out Cuts and Slices in Brooklyn, Pizzeria. So when I think of my worst gig, I think of this one party or wedding that I had to DJ for. So the worst thing about it was, okay, so DJs, this is just take from me and learn from my mistakes. This was before I invested and bought my own speakers. So I would rent speakers for gigs. Went to the Guitar Center. Won't tell you what location, but this was before the pandemic. Rented speakers, QSCs, I believe. QSCs. Tops. A top. The wedding was in Brooklyn. I rented the speakers, picked it up the same day. Boom, boom, thought everything was good. Actually, no, it might have been the day before or the day of. I think it was the day of, yes. I rented it and I picked it up the day of. So there's that. I had like an hour and some change to get to Brooklyn. Pull up to the place. This is really busted, I'm not gonna lie. Pull up to the place where I'm DJing at. Setting everything up, you know. The wedding doesn't start for a few, so I'm like, all right, boom, I got some time. I'm like, something's missing. Like, everything is connected, but I can't hear the music. Realize that the guy at Guitar Center did not give me the cord that plugs in the speaker to the power. So I'm like, just my luck. So I go to the nearest Guitar Center, which is a few minutes from the place, but it's still in a good distance. More or less, the wedding starts. I'm going to Guitar Center, have to pick up the cord because the other guy didn't give it to me at the other store. Get the cord, make sure I have everything is good. Go back. I'm at least, the wedding had already started. So I get there at least 30, maybe 40, and plus it's traffic, so it's the weekend. You know how traffic goes in New York City. I'm at least 30, maybe 45 minutes late for the wedding because they didn't give me the cord for the QSC speaker. So I'm like, you know what? From then on, one, I made sure I had my own, I had everything if I did rent, and two, I said I'm not gonna do this again. I'm just gonna invest in my own speakers. So I guess that would be the worst, one of the worst gigs I had. More or less, you know, they enjoyed themselves. I stayed an hour and a half over. Just because, you know, just to make up for the hour that I was late. But yes, DJs, please ensure that you have everything you need if you're renting from anywhere. So that was one of the worst. I'm about to try the jerk chicken. So I wouldn't say it was bad, but I used to do gigs at this spot in Brooklyn, and it was just an off night. Like, you know, it's a bar, people getting lit, this, that, and the third. I just had like an obnoxious group behind me. So where I was set up, I was here, and then there was like chairs behind me. I was at the bar. And he's like, oh, can you play this? Can you play that? If you're a DJ, you know, like this, it's like a pet peeve. I don't mind taking requests, but it's just like, at a certain point, it's just like, okay, I played a song, I played two, but now you're just doing too much. And he was just being obnoxious. Him and his little group, they were behind me, so it was kind of hard to ignore. So that was just like another, I would say, bad experience, bad gig. It was a bad night. That's something that you can't avoid because people were gonna drink. You can't control their behavior. At the end of the day, you know, you can't control what goes on around you. You just can't control yourself. So that was something that I had to learn in that moment. The jerk chicken is not bad either. Any more bad experience or bad gigs? I really can't think of anything else that was bad for real. With that being said, let's get into the best gigs because I have had a lot of great experiences. So first and foremost, the first thing that comes to mind is opening for A Boogie. And if you haven't seen that clip, that video, go check that out. That was hands down like the best experience ever. It was a concert, so he was performing at my college, you know, Ithaca. You feel me? WICB, gotta rep the radio station one time. WICB Ithaca, that's where I used to play DJ at in college. That station, but he came to Ithaca my senior year. Shout out to Ava, shout out to New. It was a great opportunity. I opened for him. The crowd was like the energy was amazing, so I was just playing like hype music and everybody was responding well to it. You know, I had to represent because he's from New York, so he's from the Bronx too. I had to do it right. It's kind of spicy. I'm gonna finish the oxtail. Yes, so it was a great experience. I was in front of a huge crowd, probably the biggest crowd I've played in front of, but it was just dope. It was just good vibes. And then yeah, he performed after, which was cool. He did his thing. That was my best. What else? While we're speaking of college, I remember my freshman year. Funny story. So, CSA, Caribbean Student Association, they had a party and then they had an after party. I was DJing the after party, which was off campus, and then there was the one on campus. The one on campus, we were lit. Me and my friends, we pre-gamed. It was good vibes. Whoever the DJ was, it was they was playing Poster B, so you know how that when that song comes on, you just get amped. It was just a mixture of Caribbean music, hip-hop music. It was just vibes. But the theme was green, yellow, and red. So that represented like your status. Like green meant you single, yellow means like you unsure, and I think red means you in a relationship. I wore yellow. I don't know why I think that's all I had was yellow, but I was very single. We were lit, so lit to the point I had to remind myself like, oh my god, I have to DJ after off campus at my friend's house. His spot was lit, no lie. In college, with like Geddes and like Cortica, we had something called Cortica and Canule. His house was it to turn up, but more or less, I had to after the first party, I had to DJ the second party, the after party. I had to sober up, had to go back, get my equipment at my dorm. I had stopped off at Subconnect. If you're watching this and you went to Ithaca, comment below if you remember Subconnect. What was your favorite sandwich? I had got the chicken Caesar sandwich. I had to sober up, yo. I was lit at that point. So, I could make it to off campus, and I took a cab, but got a sandwich, got a bev. Make sure I scarfed that down before the party. Had to make sure my head was good, and it was vibes. My friends pulled out. The upperclassmen pulled out. We was freshmen at this point, so it was vibes. It was vibes. Like, it was a good time. That was a good experience. What else? It's the oxtail for me. Another bad one. Well, there'll be times where in the past where someone would ask me to DJ for them. They would say like, oh yeah, we have speakers. This, that, and the third. Then you pull up to the place, they have like Bluetooth speakers, or they have like, them little old time like speakers that don't connect to your equipment. So as a DJ, you always have to be prepared, always. Again, this is before I invested in my own, so I would have to make do with what I had. So I had like this engagement party, I believe. Someone was getting married, and I had to make do with what I had. I think this was before I had my own speakers. I had to use the little the speakers that I play with in the house. It was a small room, but again, it wasn't the ideal setup. So things like that aren't the best scenarios when you want to play for someone. You want to make sure that the music is good, the quality is good, DJs out there. The bread is really soft. I guess that would be like one of the bad experiences. But again, at the end of the day, you're getting paid. They paid for travel. Oh, another best gig was definitely Binghamton. Whenever I went to Binghamton, it was always vibes. Shout out to Miriam. I went there a couple times during the course of me going to school upstate while I was in college. That it was just like 2018. That time was just good vibes. I did ASA, so African Student Association. I did my thing. I saw People dress up. Everybody was dressed up so nice and so clean in their African attire. You know, one time for the culture. And I love Afrobeats. You know me. Afrobeats is up there in my favorite genres of music to play. But that was a vibes, you know. They had a banquet, so they had a banquet, then they had a fashion show, and I DJed throughout that whole night. It was vibes. And there was a women's event that I also played for. That was also vibes. Shout out to Binghamton. I want to go back upstate, I'm not gonna lie. Definitely would love to do some bookings in Syracuse, Bing, Ithaca if the opportunity presents itself. I'm about to try the chopped cheese. Tastes like a chopped cheese. It actually kind of reminds me of, if you're watching this, I don't know if you remember the rolls. They used to have like these pizza rolls that they'll sell. It was like in a bagel form, but it was like pizza. So it'll have like pepperoni, it'll be plain. It kind of reminds me of it as I'm biting into it, but it's not bad. Oh, another one of my favorite bookings was when I spontaneously was on vacation in Atlanta, and a promoter was looking for a DJ. So my cousin connected me to him. I opened up. It was at this nice club in Atlanta, I think Buckhead. It was like an Afrobeats type of club. I did my thing for 2 hours, got paid while on vacation. You know, they offered me hookah, they offered me drinks. Like, that probably was the best treatment in terms of, like, DJing and gigs. I mean, they're supposed to feed you regardless, or depending on the event. It was just vibes. It was just vibes. I was in an actual club, you know, people were starting to pull up. I was there for 2 hours, I did my thing. That was probably one of my best gigs. Hold up, let me warm up the food. It's a little cold. It got a little cold. Let me just warm it up real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I warmed up my pizza. I'm left with the chopped cheese and the jerk chicken. Again, my favorite is the oxtail so far. This might be my second favorite, the chopped cheese. But basically, yes, those are the worst and my most favorite / memorable gigs. Also, whenever I go to PA, it's a vibe. It's good vibes. It's good energy whenever I DJ out there. But yeah, we've been doing this since college. I had to represent WICB. Radio to college to radio now. WICB, that was a start. That in itself was good vibes too. You know, even though I went to a school that doesn't typically listen to soca and dancehall, on the station we did hip hop and R&B, but more or less it was a great experience, great vibes. Yes, that about sums up my worst and best experiences, from not having the proper equipment to showing up to a gig where they don't have the proper equipment, so you have to be prepared. So these are things that you have to learn. Just other DJs take notes and learn from my mistakes. Going forward, yes, I am better equipped. I have a lot of my own, so I don't rent anymore, you know, so that definitely comes in handy. DJs, it definitely comes in your price as well when you're charging people for when they want you to play for them and they are asking you, you know, how much. That definitely factors into the pay, but more or less it's a great job. It's a rewarding thing to be a DJ, to see people have a good time, for you to enjoy yourself, to the energy to be reciprocated. You're giving off the same energy, they're giving you back. That's the ideal situation. But again, there will be situations where that's not the case, and you have to adapt. You have to be able to still play through for 5-6 hours, maybe ideally 4 to 5. You don't know what you're gonna get, so expect nothing, prepare for anything. That's my advice to any up and coming DJs. And yes, this was amazing food. I want to shout out Cuts and Slices Pizzeria. Again, Cuts and Slices Pizzeria in Brooklyn. If I can focus, you get the idea. So they have different types of things on the menu. I had the chopped cheese, I had jerk chicken, and I had the oxtail, the sweet chili oxtail, which was I'm so glad I took that. It was very good. Thank you for watching. My name is Djaybré. Be on the lookout for a new video. Check out March's playlist. Check out my fitness playlist, also available on Apple Music, Spotify. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. I love you.